So you shared really openly in front of all those people, but how beautiful are they? Eh?
They are. Yeah.
It's a lovely community.
I was shaking so much.
Yeah.
But it was good.
What did it feel like when Bron came and stood next to you?
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the support.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. Anyway, how's life at the moment? What are you up to at the moment?
Yeah, good. An accountant for board riders.
Come on.
Yep. Got that job probably 3 or 4 months after I arrived over in Australia.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So how long you been there now then?
Coming up to 4 years.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Board riders?
So it's Billabong,
Yeah.
obviously DC, Quicksilver.
Stussy,
Yeah, there's not Stussy.
Mambo,
Not Stussy, I wish Stussy.
No.
Mambo.
No.
Oh,
Element, Custom, DC.
oh.
This is really interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know why my ears are perked right up?
Discount cards.
Yeah.
Family and friends.
Yeah. I've heard, come on. So there's a Billabong just down the road.
Yeah, that's me.
We'll wrap this up by 4:30. We can get down there. No,
They do Kmart.
Kmart, Lowe's,
Yeah.
whatever.
Rivers.
Yeah,
Rivers.
Oh, Rivers is pretty quality. Come on. No, I've had
Sorry.
that code sent to me a couple times.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll text you my details after this, just whenever. Christmas is coming. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Moving on. This is about you. But send that code to me later. No, that's awesome. That would be a pretty cool gig.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, I manage Australia and New Zealand, all the e-com side of it. So
Wow.
when COVID hit, my side of the job got massive. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, because everything's boosted. Their sales are record and doing really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So and it helps with just being me and Brosnan at
Yeah.
home.
How old's Ross?
Brosnan's 8.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just could work at home and
Yeah, cool.
Wow.
tried to do his school at home. Tried.
That's cool.
Is he at school now or?
He is at school now, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
Awesome.
Greatest challenge at the moment.
Man, smoother transition.
no, straight in.
Ah,
Straight
okay.
in.
Straight in.
Okay.
For me, it was accepting that I was worthy of
Oh,
God's
wow.
love
Oh,
and
man.
forgiveness.
Wow.
I found that really, really hard, just because of everything that I'd been through. Quite broken and done a lot of stuff.
Is it? You're saying that's still a challenge? No, it
Not
was.
now.
Oh, okay.
It was a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it again?
Accepting that
You're worthy.
I'm worthy of God's love and
Wow.
forgiveness.
How long ago did that sort of drop to be like, I am accepted, I am worthy? Like,
Probably about 12 months ago.
okay, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long have you, say, sort of known the Lord?
About a year and a half.
Oh,
Yeah, January last year.
really?
Brand new.
That's awesome.
Wow. How,
Yeah. And I did the Purple Book in
oh, that's right.
September. I think it
Brand
was-
new.
Yeah,
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah. So it was a massive thing for me.
And that was at chapel.
Yep.
And what brought you to chapel then?
Well, I was taken away from quite a toxic marriage by Women's Refuge, and I just decided then in there that I needed everything to end with me. So I was reading all self-help books and just I came across the Bible was the last book I read, and I really didn't look back. I just knew that that was for me, and I started watching church online. And then in January,
That wouldn't have been chapel online. would
no, it was New Zealand one.
Oh.
I understand them better. I decided that I needed to actually get out and amongst people. And
Whoa.
in January, I'd been praying about it and got on good old Google, churches near me, and chapel came up.
Oh,
That's a miracle in itself. Oh, no, honestly,
Yeah.
that's bizarre.
that is bizarre.
Yeah, I just read a little bit about it. I'm like, that's for me. No bells and whistles.
Those Google
That's for me.
AdWords are working.
Yeah. $300,000 over 7 years is paying off. That's a joke. Because
Wow.
one thing, I want to back up, but one thing we've never one of the things
Yeah.
God was like, we're never advertised, no advertising,
No.
no anything. So, and do we even have a web page at the moment?
I think it's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's
it's sort of
that
off and
is
on. But
that is a miracle. And so no church growing up as a kid.
No,
wow.
no. None of my family are Christians.
Wow. And what was it? Why wasn't the other self-help stuff appealing?
It just wasn't getting me in my heart.
Wow.
It was, it was helpful. It was really helpful. But just the love of God, it was a heart issue. Definitely needed healing. Yeah.
So was this why you were at Women's Refuge or after that?
It was just after.
So
I was doing the self-help books while I was in Women's Refuge.
Okay.
That started my journey of searching. And I didn't know what I was searching for.
right.
I had no idea. But obviously, I look back now and it's like God was already starting to tell me that I needed to do this.
And then what? Put the Bible in your hand? Or who? Or
I actually don't know who put the Bible in my hand. I always knew there was a God.
right.
And I downloaded the app, the Bible app. I didn't even own a Bible. My first Bible was from Glenn.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah.
And then so you download the app and then you're getting a verse every day
Yeah,
and
yeah. And just listening to their
messages.
little
Yep.
messages.
2-minute
as well.
messages, I think.
Yep. And I started doing the plans on the Bible app.
Wow.
Because you can search whether you're dealing with money or whether you're dealing with anxiety, just everything. And it comes up with a suitable plan for you.
So you're growing up, you always said in your testimony you still, even all your sort of isolation and loneliness in your growing up, you always knew that there was a God.
I did. I knew it was something. I just didn't know exactly what it was.
Right.
But looking back, I know that it was God.
Wow. Just there.
Yep. Yep.
Because you were like a Cinderella, really, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. Just due to like I couldn't go out. I couldn't really make a great deal of friends. I was, because of my asthma and allergies, quite often I couldn't go to their places because most people have family pets. Yeah, I was just always on my own. I've got 2 long-standing friends, and they've been with me through thick and thin.
Right.
Like we can go for 6 months without speaking,
Right.
but still, yeah.
Wow.
I think the biggest moment that I like looking back was when I had my respiratory arrest.
Yeah, tell us about that. There was, like, you thought it was only moments, eh, but it was quite significant.
It was, yeah.
Do you want to fill us in with that?
So, I was like, I was never allowed to stay at my friends' places, but Mum and Charlie were out of town, and I convinced my sister to let me go and have a sleepover. And halfway sort of through the night, my asthma and allergies started playing up, and I'm like, I'm not going home. puff on my inhaler, take my antihistamines, puff on my inhaler all night. And then sort of came to about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I said to my friend, I've got to go to hospital. And the ambulance pulled up just as I stopped breathing completely. There was no air going in and out. I was conscious for a little bit of the trip and was just hurting because I couldn't breathe. And then all of a sudden the pain just stopped. Just stopped. And I was just looking around the room, and I just felt so much peace. So much peace, like I didn't need to worry anymore.
Wow.
I now know that was God
Right.
looking after me in that moment. And then my lights went out
Like,
completely.
all
My
over.
heart stopped. Everything stopped.
how old were you?
I think I was 15. I may have said 16 in my testimony, but
Oh,
yeah. And then when I came to, I thought it had only been a few minutes. And I did actually think it was only a few minutes right up until a year and a half ago. I was just chatting with a friend about what had happened, and I was like, how did my parents get all the way from Dunedin to Ashburton in that time? How did they get to the end of my bed?
Oh, so the sleepover, your parents were away. You had the sleepover, and you went to hospital while they were away, so they're coming back.
Yep, they raced back.
And you thought, how long had it been?
Oh, not even in like 10 or 15 minutes.
Right.
I just thought I'd passed out. And I was like, that can't be. So I rang my mum and got my mum to retell me the whole story. She was like, no, you were out for a day and a half. And she said, your heart stopped 3 times. They had me tipped with my head down and my feet up at some stages so that the blood would get to my brain because of lack of oxygen. Yeah.
And they make the room cold
Yep, cold.
so that your extremities don't use the blood. So
Yeah.
it's
So
all
I was
concentrated to your most vital organs, I think.
Yeah. So I was freezing. That's why I woke up, because I woke up to a cold cloth on my
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah.
Jeez, what was? I missed your testimony. What was going on? What allergies are these that do this?
So I have allergies to all animals. Sets off itchy eyes, swollen throat, sneezing, the whole hives, everything. It's not so bad now, but I can't go to anybody's house that's been closed up. It has to be quite well ventilated, and then I'm okay to sit there, but I still have to take an antihistamine, and then the allergies set my asthma off.
And that's no good because you start panicking, right? Anxiety and
Yeah. So that's one thing God's actually helped me with,
Yeah.
the anxiety of it. Just getting myself into a really good headspace if I
Yeah.
feel like something's coming on.
Yeah.
And I can normally control it now without any medication.
Awesome. Wow.
And it's just getting me into that space of trusting that God's got it.
Come on.
What medication would you normally use to help with that?
Now it's just Ventolin and Symbicort. But
Yep.
back in New Zealand, I actually carried around an oxygen cylinder
Oh, wow.
in my car.
Jeez.
That's hectic.
And I had 3 or 4 different inhalers and lots of tablets. So when I came over here and I had no issues with my asthma, it was like a new lease of life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like no more hospital visits, no more doctor's visits.
Wow.
It
Flip.
was just, I could actually be a proper mum.
You didn't come over here for that, though.
No, I didn't.
How crazy.
Yeah. So that's why I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
such a good life over here.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah,
health is
come
amazing.
on. Is that partly to do with the humidity here? The warmth.
I think it's the ocean, just being near the ocean. The fresh air.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
So, day and a half out.
Yeah.
Wow.
That kind of, like, when I found out, I actually felt quite robbed. I don't know why. I feel like I've lost a day and a half and I didn't even know.
Yeah. Far out.
So I don't know why that one thing bothered me so much.
And you only found that out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Shucks.
You thought it was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And what about your parents? How long did it take them to get there?
It's a 6-hour trip.
And you would, as far as they would have known, you would.
Yeah,
Dead.
they actually thought that I had passed.
Oh, far out.
Yeah.
Driving for 6 hours, thinking that
Oh,
Yeah, thinking the
don't
worst.
have a cell phone, don't
Yeah.
have a mobile. You just
Yeah.
oh, that's horrible.
Would have been really heartbreaking for them. Mum kind of wells up a little bit still when we talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
it.
of course she does.
traumatic.
Yeah.
And is it the first time they've gone away from you?
Yeah, the first time that distance.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can say I never had another sleep.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. And they
Yeah.
never left.
Yes.
And they're outside in the car now.
Wow.
Uh,
So then, okay, you come over here 4 years ago.
Yep.
And it gets pretty bad.
Yeah,
over here.
it did.
Okay.
It got noticed pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
You find yourself at Women's Refuge. How good are
They,
Women's?
they were
Refuge.
amazing. So supportive.
I'm missing blanks here. You're married at this point
I was.
when you move over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And in a toxic relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, because I missed the testimony. So
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
right.
yeah, what are we talking about? Okay. How long have you been married for? You don't mind me asking?
I think 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And it had always been fairly unhealthy?
Yeah, it had. I didn't have time to breathe. Like when I met him, I just didn't have time to step back and get to know the real person.
Right. Okay. And then you're all over here. 3 of you over here. Brosnan, you.
Well, it was actually he had his 2 children as well.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
yeah,
Okay.
it was the 6 of us over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Women's Refuge, amazing.
Oh, hands down. Like
Cool.
they offered so much support.
Cool.
And like they were really good because they didn't make my husband out to be a complete monster to the children. Like they were
Yeah.
real sensitive about
Awesome.
that, which I
Yeah.
think is important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah,
Still their dad, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. And you're on this search for meaning in life and
Yep.
getting better.
Yep.
And then you stumble on the Bible.
yeah.
What was your first prayer? Can you remember? Like, when was the moment when you said, okay, I'm going to believe this is real? He's real. You've known about him. So when you're in that comatose state, you just sensed God with you, just knew.
Oh, so much peace.
Wow.
Just no pain at all, and just I felt light, and just no pain was a big thing. Because when you're not breathing, all your muscles, just everything hurts. Because your body's fighting so much to get air,
And yet it's
and there's nothing.
Did you ask the doctors after that? Did you talk to them about the experience?
No, I didn't. I'd love to go and meet the ambulance officers.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah,
maybe one day.
yeah.
It actually happened on I think it's called the day that women got the vote. We're allowed to vote. It was the yearly celebration of that.
Oh,
And it happened to be 2 female ambulance officers.
yeah. That must have been
Oh,
probably June the 4th.
come on. Is that on Australia Day?
Wow.
Yeah. My friend later told me that they actually dropped the stretcher at one stage
With you on it?
with me on it, coming out of the
Oh.
ambulance. One end just dropped.
Wow.
I could laugh about it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was out cold. What was I to know?
That pushed a bit of blood to the head. That's what needed to happen.
Maybe.
So you're being alone a lot, friendships weren't great because you're always at home, always sick, always managing this, this stuff.
Yeah. I have little pockets of really happy memories.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah.
And you try and, as a kid, you always try and focus on the good stuff, right? You always try and get those magic moments of just awesomeness.
And like I had kind of a little personal mantra that was, there's always somebody worse off than me.
Oh, that's good. That's true.
Because quite often when you do have a lot of illness, you can get yourself down.
Yeah.
Very, very easily.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get out of that dark place. So, I just always think, no, somebody's always worse off than me.
Even as a kid, you were thinking that. That's good.
Yep.
So you're lonely, friendships are a struggle, although people are probably nice, but you're sort of in and out, right?
Yeah.
You're inconsistent on that side of things.
Yeah, so I'd make some friends at school and then I'd be gone for 2 weeks and I'd come back and they're off with a new group of friends. So it's like, I'll go and find someone else to hang out with.
Oh.
Yeah. So you didn't get bullied in that, or did you get bullied in that sense?
Maybe once or twice, but most people just moved on. Yeah. Quite often I'd get marked absent from the school roll, even though I was sitting in the front row.
That's like my dream.
No, because then I get in trouble because
because you're absent. I was there. No, the teacher marked you absent.
Yeah.
Where were you then? At the front. Oh, lies again.
You're a liar. You're suspended.
I
wow.
never managed to get myself suspended.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So, okay, then like we're back at with the whole Jesus thing.
Yeah.
So when you say, because you said that you felt Jesus with you along the time, at a certain time, you just knew.
Yeah.
But then you say your greatest challenge is the sense of unworthy. Like, how do you reconcile that? Because he's always been there, and yet you're saying you're unworthy to receive his love.
It was a personal opinion of myself.
Right.
I didn't really think too highly of myself. It was like I knew that God loved me, but I couldn't understand why. How can somebody forgive that much?
Wow.
Why? What was it that made you have such a low image of yourself?
Just, I guess, growing up, I never felt like I fitted in anywhere. I just always felt like I wasn't worthy of a lot of stuff.
Wow. So a year and a half ago, what was the prayer? Like, what did you say, or what made you say, okay, I'm going to believe, I'm going to follow Jesus? At what point did you get to for that? Where is that crossing over mark where you say, no, I'm going to give him all? Like, how did you even know to do that?
Well, it was through the Purple Book, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I was just going along with reading the Bible. I was coming to church. I was getting to know more of what God's all about, what being a Christian's all about. Turning up and learning as much as I could. And then at Purple Book, when we got into the nuts and bolts of everything.
Cool.
And got taught the Lord's Prayer and
wow,
what to do. And I just went home and I knelt beside my bed.
Oh, come on.
And I knew that I didn't want any other life than what I was walking into. I knew it was going to be hard because there's a lot of stuff that you've got to unlearn.
That's like my favourite thing. People kneeling beside their bed with their hands like that.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was
I
like.
love that, man.
I was like, got to do this. I'm committing. Got to do this. I'm doing this.
That's awesome.
What happened?
I had the best night's sleep. Forever. Like, I do have issues with sleep.
Right.
So for me to have a really good night's sleep is next level.
Wow.
It just doesn't happen.
Maybe you have to give your life to Jesus every
Every night.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was a year and a half ago. So you're doing the purple book, just inquiring about the Lord.
Yeah.
Is life changing? Like, what's changing? What's changing from grey to colour, or not that dramatic, or
I think it was a process.
okay,
Yeah. Slowly things were being taken away from my life that I didn't need anymore,
Right.
and things were being added that were more beneficial.
right?
Yeah, it's been a slow process of that.
So you just turned up to chapel cold turkey.
Well, I started at Stacey's house.
Oh, this was during the
Oh.
yeah that thing
Yeah,
During the vid.
during the LD.
yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought, cool, it's a nice small church.
Yes,
Small table of people.
That's how it
getting to know them.
started.
It was amazing.
yeah.
And then when things were open and we were allowed to go back to like church, I walked in and I was like, there's so many people.
Too many people. Back it up. How'd you go at Stacey? She's got 5,000 dogs at her house.
I actually pre-told her.
Did you?
Yeah, and they kept the dogs outside.
Ah, cool. And it was okay?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. As soon as you said that, I was like, hang on.
Yeah, I know.
Stacey's like a refuge for
Yeah.
Everyone,
anything lost.
anything
anything in need.
She's amazing.
She
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
She is awesome.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. And then so you walked in. Well, we were...
No, at the senior citizens.
Yeah,
eh?
we've always been at senior citizens.
That's all you've known.
That's all I've ever known. Yeah.
To the 8:30 or the 10:30?
I think it's always been the 10:30 one.
Yeah, which is the busiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, how was that? What happened?
I stayed for the service and then pretty much ran. I was like,
Run for the hills.
I'm peopled out. I gotta go.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's cool.
That's awesome.
And then you went to Purple Book from there. Okay.
I did. Yeah.
So you knew Stacey, and as long as you see Stacey there, you're like, okay, Stacey's
Yeah.
here. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And then you went to Purple Book, get to know some more people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a year and a half, how many banquets would you have done, you reckon?
Probably about 6.
That's awesome.
7.
That's awesome.
Really? Whoa.
So good.
Oh, I
And
love them.
Majority different people at all of them?
Yes.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
So you're meeting different people.
I am, and it's a more intimate sort of setting.
Yeah.
Not so many people, and
Yeah.
just getting into the nuts and bolts of
So you'd know like
God's word.
60 to 80 people then?
Yeah, I'm not great at people's names.
Oh, who
But,
is? This guy and Jesus, that's about it.
I am. Generally.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they've been, the banquets have been life changing.
Come on.
Just yeah,
What have you done?
I
A
did.
couple that you've done.
Yeah, so I did Corinthians.
Yo, that's probably the best one ever.
Who ran that?
Dun, 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 dun.
Well done. Humble guy.
Did the one on Timothy.
Oh, wow. That's
And-
probably the second best.
Now I see what's going
Yeah.
on. You're not allergic to caramel slice. are you? That's what's going on here.
I don't think I've had any of the caramel
Oh,
slice.
wow. There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, I did Joshua with
Oh, Mark.
Mark?
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
A little bit
And-
better than the other two ones.
Hey.
but I just finished Shape with
Oh,
Kerry.
yo.
And
Oh,
that
nice.
was amazing.
That sounds really cool, Shay.
Not that amazing. Nah. Kerry's amazing.
She is.
She's amazing.
If you had to rate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh.
Which
It's
is
easy.
your favorite? Which
It's
is your
Bible
favorite one?
first. Bible
And don't-
first.
don't worry.
Bible first.
Carrie's eight.
I taught her everything she knows.
Yeah, Carrie's been coming since she was just a little tucker.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah. That Shape is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Kerry is amazing teacher. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Your favourite one? That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good.
I'll answer for you. It's
Yeah.
I'll decline you next time I see you.
He'll deal the blow to himself.
Yeah. I'll decline you next time you register for my banquet. Lizzie, oh, nah, sorry, we're full.
Okay,
No.
crash.
yeah.
Yeah, good.
Still a little bit of a rebel.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's cool, as.
So,
So
yeah, so you just love the banquet idea.
Yeah,
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 it's cool.
yeah. And Brosnan comes along with me.
Yeah,
He just sits in the corner with his headphones in,
Yeah.
or colouring in, or
it's awesome.
yeah. And
He became my little friend because he wanted something from the vending machine every time. I'm like, yep, I don't mind. I'm happy.
Is he here?
no, not today.
Yeah.
Okay. I
That's
think
good.
I would have seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
he? Does he hang out at Ignite?
Yep.
Nice.
He does. He
Love Mikey?
Loves it. Absolutely loves
Yeah,
Mikey.
of course.
Yeah.
Mikey's
Yeah.
So
Mikey's a what?
a punk. He's a punk.
Amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I want to be loved like Mikey's loved.
When I grow up, I want to be like Mikey.
Yeah, same. That's the problem. Nah,
That's
that's
good.
cool.
So,
Very
future, like, you know, you're loving your job. You're in a great place, renting a great place, lovely place.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember when Rochelle and I first came and saw you, eh?
yeah. We
Yeah.
bottom floor apartment. No,
Yeah.
not many windows.
Oh,
Brosnan calls it the dungeon.
Yeah, it sort of was, eh?
where
Yeah.
was it?
Really?
Paradise Grove,
Yeah.
and right
It's
beside
like,
the school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
primary school.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, can't call anywhere a dungeon there. It's
no, it's
you're
an
a stone
amazing.
throw away from the beach.
Oh yeah, it was an
Yeah.
amazing place to live, but just being on the bottom floor and particularly working in there during COVID.
Oh, of course. He's
just-
stuck at home all day.
Yeah, the four walls. I was in a position where I could afford something just a little bit better, and if I'm going to be locked down again, well, I'd rather have somewhere that's
Mm.
got a lot of airflow, lots of light.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe a bit of encouragement for someone listening that may feel unworthy or, you know, not good enough to receive God's love. You know, well, how would you give them some encouragement rather than just saying you're just gonna do it? You know, that's what I say, and it doesn't really always help.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you've walked the walk,
Mm.
sort of by yourself, to a large degree.
Yeah.
What would you sort of say?
Just stick in there. Do some Bible plans. I'm not really sure how to answer it because I just stuck at it, and even though I didn't feel it, I just kind of like faked it till you make it, and then all of a sudden it's there.
Right.
I am worthy.
Wow.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. That's quite good just to sit on.
I think that's real powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a tough lady, in the nice sense. You know, you've been through a lot. We don't have to go through all the past.
Yeah.
Just, I know, you've
Yeah.
shared with people.
Yeah.
So you're tough. Yeah. How do you? But you're still open to the Lord. I mean, that's just such a. You know what I mean? You could be really bitter.
I
Ha-
could be.
How do you not be bitter at the world or did you get to that point where you're like, the world sucks, or like you could have been bitter. You could have been like a statistic of.
It could have been. It could have been, but I just kept that. Someone's always worse off than me. Just kept that
Wow.
in me the whole way through. Okay, yeah, it's bad. Okay, yeah, I don't have any money for groceries, or I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. How am I going to send my kids to school? Just there's someone worse than me.
Wow. And that's so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was enough just to get you through.
It was. Yeah, it was. I didn't have anything else.
Wow.
I didn't really have family around me.
Not over here anyway, no.
No.
Wow. And you've always had enough. Just enough, right?
Just enough.
Enough.
Yep.
Wow. I think that's amazing, Lizzie.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah. And how full is your life now?
Oh. I love
Like inside.
Yeah, I love my life. Like, I really do. I wake up every day and I'm just so grateful for my job, for my house, being able to support my son and my daughter, help my daughter where I can.
Wow.
Just
Your health.
my health and just having the most amazing people around me now.
Wow.
Yep, counting my blessings every day.
Well, you're certainly a blessing. Yeah. It's been great getting to know you, like our family getting to know you guys. And we're thankful for that. Yeah.
You're really brave, hey?
Yeah.
I think you're really courageous and brave.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
definitely didn't feel it at the time.
No, I'm
No,
sure.
You don't. And even how brave you are now and the things that you will do, that you
Wow.
can do, that you'll push yourself. I think you'll only see in time in the future, look back and go, whoa, I
Yeah.
made those decisions. I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah, I just...
Is there, okay, from your situation coming into chapel, just as we finish up, is there something that chapel could do better for, like, maybe other women facing the circumstances you did? Is there something that we didn't listen enough or didn't support enough, or, you know, just from your perspective? I mean, it's something that unfortunately too many women and children face. Yeah, is there something we could do better?
I felt fully supported
Right.
the whole way through. I think the biggest thing is not being judged.
Yep.
That's...
Yep.
Yeah. You tend to be able to accept a little bit of help when you don't feel like you're being judged for the position you're in
Yeah, okay. That's powerful.
by other
Yep.
other members.
Yep, that means a lot.
It's massive.
Okay,
Just open arms.
cool.
That's what I got. I got open arms from
Good,
everybody.
good.
I didn't feel like I couldn't share.
Awesome. And it's safe. You felt safe
I
there.
did. And
Cool.
I do, yeah. Feel safe.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing so openly and vulnerably. And I pray that people that listen to this are the right people that just get encouraged and supported by you. You know, you never know. One day they might just, I need a story of encouragement. And randomly,
Yeah.
they might see your Testify today.
Yeah.
I hope so. I think that'll be powerful. It's certainly not advertised, and, you know, it's just for our family, really.
Yeah.
But you never know. Someone might just see it and hear it at the right time, like you look for a little...
Yeah,
Yeah.
church that doesn't advertise that was near you.
It's amazing.
That's
So,
crazy.
that's awesome, Lizzie. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you for having me.